Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer on the comprehensive Bobcat 853 service manual. Look, we're not just going to sit here and read through a dry list of instructions, right? We're actually going to unpack the very anatomy of your machine. By the time we wrap up today, you're going to have a rock-solid grasp on your loader's core systems. We're talking everything from the engine and hydraulics to its complex electrical network. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll hit those non-negotiable safety rules, then map out your routine maintenance schedule. After that, we'll dive into servicing the hydraulic muscle, take a close look at engine and oil cooling, and finally, maintain the electrical system. All right, Section 1. Crucial loader safety rules. We are starting with the absolute highest stakes here, keeping you safe and avoiding catastrophic injury or damage to your loader. The manual honestly does not mince words when it comes to the dangers of heavy machinery. I really want to emphasize the life-or-death importance of this specific warning. Remember, we're dealing with an enclosed operator space and an incredibly powerful diesel engine. The manual literally says, avoid exhaust fume leaks, which can kill without warning. It's a stark reminder, guys. Your exhaust systems must be tightly sealed, and proper ventilation is just absolutely critical, anytime you're running the machine or doing any grinding or welding in the shop. Now, here is a crucial point. You must never, ever go under raised lift arms unless this specific approved lift arm support device is properly in place. I know it's tempting to think, oh, I'm just quickly checking a hose, but a simple hydraulic failure or even just accidentally bumping a line can cause those heavy steel arms to drop instantly, and they will crush you. No joke. This mechanical brace is your ultimate insurance policy. Use it. And this is exactly why this explicit warning is plastered directly onto your machine. The manual makes it crystal clear. Untrained operators who ignore these instructions are actively risking their lives. Seriously, these aren't just your standard legal disclaimers. They are highly engineered safety protocols. You've got to read them, understand them, and honestly, replace them if they ever become worn out or illegible.
Going beyond just the decals, you really need to familiarize yourself with the cab's active safety tools, like your fire extinguisher. Think about it. If you're checking for leaks with an open flame, which, by the way, you should absolutely never do, or dealing with hot engine components in your flammable materials, a fire can spark up incredibly fast. Knowing exactly where that extinguisher is without even having to look for it is a fundamental safety requirement.
Moving on to Section 2, the routine maintenance schedule. Let's see how those safety foundations we just talked about actually build into your daily and weekly habits, and how we can tame the manual's dense schedule into something you can actually use. Now, what's incredibly useful here is how this flow takes a massive, intimidating wall of text from the manual and turns it into your ultimate quick reference guide. Just look at the breakdown. At the 8 to 10 hour mark, which is essentially every single day, you need to be cleaning engine cooling debris, checking the hydraulic fluid, and greasing those lift arms. Bump that up to 50 hours, and you're inspecting the parking brake and checking the integrity of your hydraulic hoses. And by the 250-hour milestone, that's when you're performing major preventative care, like replacing the fuel filters and the hydrostatic filters. Being consistent here is exactly what prevents massive, expensive failures later on. Okay, Section 3, servicing the hydraulic muscle. You know, your loader is practically a living machine, and the hydraulics, well, those are its muscles. Let's look at how to keep them flexing safely and powerfully. Before you even think about taking a wrench to the hydrostatic system, you absolutely must internalize this rule: clean the work area before disassembly. Dirt is the absolute enemy of hydraulic muscle. The manual specifically mandates that you have to use caps and plugs on all hoses, tube lines, and ports the literal second you open them up. A single grain of abrasive sand is enough to score a hydraulic cylinder or completely ruin a highly expensive pump. So, when the time comes to actually yank out a major component, like the hydraulic pump, you've got to follow these precise steps from the manual to ensure you safely depressurize and isolate the system. You raise the cab, drain the reservoir, carefully disconnect the hose from the pump outlet, and then immediately, and I mean immediately, install a cap on the fitting. Doing it this way prevents a massive fluid mess on your shop floor and ensures the system stays completely uncontaminated during the repair. Next up is Section 4, engine and oil cooling. This is the heart of your Bobcat, the engine, and that crucial oil cooling system that prevents the heart from overheating during intense work. Just look at the strict sequence required here. It's a very specific order of operations. First, you carefully disconnect the specific tube lines and cap them off instantly. Only after they are completely isolated can you safely extract that heavy oil cooler from the chassis.
See, major component removal really is just a logical, snappy sequence. You disconnect the first tube line, then disconnect the second, cap and plug everything up tight, and only then do you remove the cooler. It's totally methodical, it's clean, and it completely takes the guesswork out of heavy maintenance. All right, we made it to Section 5, Maintaining the Electrical System. Finally, let's talk about the nerves of your loader, the 12-volt negative ground electrical system. This is the complex network that tells the muscle and the heart exactly what to do. Now, if you've ever wondered how to instantly fry your alternator and cause yourself a massive headache, well, this list is exactly how to do it. These are the most common operator errors outlined in the manual that result in incredibly expensive electrical damage. We're talking operating the engine with disconnected battery cables, connecting cables during a fast charge, or, worst of all, welding on the loader without disconnecting both battery cables first. Doing that sends stray, high-amperage currents right through the sensitive electronics. Please always remember to disconnect the negative ground first.
The manual also provides this amazing built-in cheat code for when things go dark. Say your battery won't take a charge, or the alternator isn't charging, or maybe the starter just flat-out refuses to turn the engine over. This specific troubleshooting chart maps out exactly what to check. It walks you through a completely logical diagnostic path. Is it a loose alternator belt? Are the battery connections dirty or loose? Is the starter itself actually damaged? Following this will literally save you hours of blindly chasing electrical gremlins around your machine.
So we've covered the crucial anatomy of your 853 today, from the absolute necessity of that lift arm support device to your daily maintenance habits, keeping the hydraulics spotless and preserving those delicate electricals. So I'll leave you with this. Knowing what you know now about the rigorous standards